in prior electoral exercises here or abroad. Ang nangyari po, based on some reports, halimbawa po yung kanilang pagkakagamit ng Miru system and technology in the Democratic Republic of Congo, ang ginamit po nilang application doon ay yung tinatawag na DRE or Direct Recording Electronic Technology. At mula po sa mga reports ay sinasabi about 45% of the voting stations encountered difficulties with these Miru machines. Ganon din po sa Iraq na sinasabi nila na ang ginamit na technology ay tinatawag na OMR. Ito yung Optical Mark Recognition or Optical Mark Reader technology. Nagkaroon din po ng glitch. The report says that about 70% of the voting stations also resulted in confusion and difficulties that ended up in manual elections. Ito po yung kinatatakot natin. Ako po bilang isa ay nagpahayag din, kagaya ng sinasabi ko doon sa huling meeting ng Committee on Suffrage and Electoral Reforms. Nagtanong po ako tungkol dito, waiting that the COMELEC should come up with some answers to allay the fears of people like us. Ang pinag-uusapan po natin dito ay 18 billion pesos na binili natin po yung system from Miru, from South Korea. Yung terms of reference po ng COMELEC, ito yung TOR, ang minimum requirement po doon, sinasabi niya that the ACM that will be procured shall be using a combination of the DRE at saka po yung OMR. Meaning to say, the machines that will be procured are hybrid machines, capable of using a combination of two applications, meaning OMR and DRE. Ang tinatanong ko po ay meron na po bang napatunayan na ang Miru'y nakagamit po ng isang hybrid machine in any jurisdiction, either here or abroad, where the combination of these applications have been used? Wala pa po eh. On a separate matter, nga po, sa Congo, DRE ang ginamit, merong sablay. Ginamit ang OMR in Iran, sablay din. Paano kaya kung ito'y gagamitin combination with one another? Wala pang nangyaring ganito. So if there is no proof that the technology coming from Miru, and as well as the machines accompanying this, ay wala silang maipapakita na katibayan na itong hybrid machine na ito will function in accordance with the terms of reference, then the COMELEC will be openly violating Republic Act 9369. O ito yung automated election law. Ito po yung problema. 18 billion pesos ang cost po nito. At kung wala pong matibay na katibayan, ito'y magagamit natin and we might end also in a manual election more than the figures and behind the huge figures. Wag na po sigurong pag-usapan kung 18 billion. But I think the more important factor here is the credibility and integrity of our elections. Hindi lang naman po ako interesado na kailangan ma-assure natin yung integrity ng ating electoral process. Kayo po na pinatawag namin ngayon, lahat po tayo interesado to maintain clean, honest, orderly elections. Yung credibility and integrity of the elections, yun po is the primordial concern of all Filipinos like you. Eh bakit po nagkaroon po ng ganito ang pag-uusap? First of all, I'd like to inform you that alam namin nyo siguro itong mga bagay nito sapagkat bukod sa akin, I think even before I started this crusade of asking the viability of the Meru system. Si Mr. Alex Magno, kilala niyo siya, is a noted columnist in the Philippine Star. Basahin po ninyo yung kanyang mga articles. I believe he started in November 2023, and until May of this year, he wrote at least 8 articles sounding the alarm bells on Meru system. Pwede nga nating sabihin na si Alex Magno is the modern-day John the Baptist. The only voice crying in the wilderness. Pero kagaya ko din, hindi siya nakakuha ng sagot. The COMELEC preferred to be silent as the monument, for reasons only known to them. Ito po yung gusto nating sabihin. Ang Supreme Court po sa kanyang recent ruling, it ruled that the COMELEC committed grave abuse of discretion in disqualifying Smartmatic from the bidding process. Alam po ninyo ang nangyari. Even before the bidding took place, COMELEC disqualified Smartmatic on the mere information supplied by the Justice Department of the United States relating to a criminal investigation about the alleged irregularity in the procurement of AES at the time of 2016 election during the term of then Chairman Andres Bautista. So without hearing the side of Smartmatic, dinisqualify sila, depriving it of its right of due process. Tama po ba yun? So isa na lang po yung bidder, and therefore there was no competitive bidding. Ano po ang nangyari ron? If there is no competitive bidding, then COMELEC violated Republic Act 9184. Bukod doon, COMELEC violated their own internal rules and regulation, which describes in detail the bidding process. Dahil walang bidding na po eh. So ano po ngayon ang delikado? How can we assure the integrity of our election system? How can we assure the outcome of the 2025 elections? Ano po ba yung epekto ng decision ng Korte Suprema? When the Supreme Court ruled that COMELEC committed grave abuse of discretion, ano po yung significance nun? Legally speaking, an act committed with grave abuse of discretion is void. It is non-existent. So the question is, why did not the COMELEC rule that the bidding is void? Ganito po ang nangyari. The Supreme Court chose to apply what we call the operative fact doctrine. Yung operative fact doctrine applies where the acts committed before the determination of their constitutionality produce consequences that cannot always be disregarded. Meaning to say, they can set aside the action, but the effects remain. Ang kinatatakutan po ng Supreme Court kasi, if it will rule that the bidding is null and void, then another bidding should be called. Kapag ka daw po nagkaroon pa ng another bidding, ang magiging problema, it will adversely affect another issue of public good. Ano daw po yun? The very strict timeline remaining for the 2025 national election. Parang yung, with all due respect to the Supreme Court, I think there is no basis for the apprehension. Bakit po? You will recall, yung 2010 elections natin, meron na lamang 10 buwan ang natitira nun. But we were able to conduct the election. Lalong-lalo naman noong 2016 elections. Noong 2016, the contract was awarded in September of 2015. 8 months na lang po ang natitira. And to make it a little bit more complicated, 2 months before the conduct of the elections in 2016, the Supreme Court also ruled to implement yung sinasabi nating BCPAT. Ito yung Voter Certified Paper Trail Audit. Sabi ng Supreme Court, you have to implement that. So the contractor worked for 2 weeks in order to adjust the voting machines. And despite all these difficulties, I think the 2016 elections can be described as one of the most successful elections we had in recent memory. Why? Ang sabi po nung election audit, it's 99.98% accurate. So ano pong ibig sabihin natin ngayon? Wala bang panahon? Meron pa pong panahon eh. Sana mag-conduct ng new audit para sa ganun lahat po ng ating kinatatakutan, lahat ng ating apprehensions ay mawala. Kasi po ngayon, kailangan i-prove talaga ng Miro muna na competent na yung kanilang mga makina ay talagang magagamit natin ng maayos. Or otherwise, the voters will become guinea pigs for these hybrid machines, which were not tested anywhere. Ngayon po, meron pang nakaka-intriga rito eh. And I would like to use some slides here for your consumption. Some reports coming to the office of this representation. Is this slide available? Makikita po niya, ito po yung slide 1. Makikita niyo dito on the first column is yung payment hubs. There are 4 countries involved in the payment hubs. Singapore, China, Hong Kong, Caribbean, and North America. Kaya po sinabi nating hub, kasi Singapore, there are 6 banks. The second column. Sa last column, makikita po ninyo yung 6 na bangko. HSBC, OCBC, Citibank, NA, Standard Chartered Bank, Bank of America, DBS Bank. The number of accounts involved sa Singapore, there are 21 accounts. Sa China, tingnan po ninyo, there are 4 banks involved. Number of accounts, 7. Ang mga bangko in the last column, HSBC, China Bank, NA, Bank of China, Bank of Shanghai. Caribbean, there are 6 banks. Number of accounts, 18. Ayun po, nandiyan ang mga pangalan ng bangko. UBS, Bahamas Limited, RCBC, Royal Bank, Cayman Island National Bank, CIBC, First Caribbean Bank, Butterfield Bank, Scotia Bank, Cayman Island. North America, there are 2 banks with 3 accounts, Bank of America and Chase Banks. There are total 18 banks and 49 number of accounts. Why do you need 49 offshore bank accounts? If the money involved here is not so huge, well, first of all, why do you need 49 banks? Offshore accounts. Are you supposed to move sizable amounts of money globally? Kaya kailangan mo ito. The most intriguing part here, ladies and gentlemen, is that these accounts are traceable to one Comelec official. This is a work in progress. You must be patient with me, and you have to bear with me, because we're still verifying most of these accounts. But I will tell you that If you go to the second slide, please. The second slide, the total offshore bank account worth 15.2 million or almost 1 billion pesos. Ito po yung totality ng 49 accounts, offshore accounts. And take note, at least 2.1 million or more than 120 million are deposits made from Korean bank accounts between 22 June 2023 to 22 March 2024. What is the significance of this covering period? 22 June 2023 to 22 March 2024. I will show you 5 accounts originating mainly from Korea. You should note that Miru system is from South Korea. Next slide, please. The third one. These are money transfers vis-a-vis certain milestones. Tingnan po ninyo yung date. June 22, 2023, ang depositor po ay 1 Stephen Schultz / Kyong Baek. The originating bank is Standard Chartered Bank, Jongro Main Branch, Korea. Yung recipient offshore account po is account number 5530198142761, Standard Chartered Bank, Singapore. The amount is $148,000. Ano po yung milestone? Meaning to say, ano yung katapat nito? On June 2023, COMELEC declared the previously procured and government-owned BCMs as unserviceable. Alam na po ninyo yung previously procured and government-owned BCMs. Kung kanino galing yon. On June 15, 2023, private petitioners filed a petition to disqualify a former BCM provider from the bidding process for the 2025 automated elections. Alam po natin na na-disqualify na siya. Next slide. Yung date po, titingnan nyo, is August 15, 2023. Yung depositor is a certain Hyun Do-yun, originating bank, Woori Bank, Seoul, South Korea. Recipient offshore account number 7300083602150, Bank of Shanghai, China. Titingnan po ninyo na ang iniikutan nitong mga accounts na to ay 5 accounts ito, as you will see in the next slides. The amount, $157,350. Ang katapat na milestone, on July 21, 2023, COMELEC approved the terms of preference for the 2025 national elections. Pero the TOR was approved without convening the COMELEC Advisory Council. This is in violation of the Omnibus Election Code. August 23, 2023, depositor Dai Xiong Han. Originating bank, KB Kookmin Bank, Seo-rin-dong, Seoul, Korea. Account number 3310457011274. Ito po magre-replicate sa in the next slides. HSBC Bank, Hong Kong. The amount $285,900. On August 10, this is the milestone, 2023, COMELEC and bank issued an order directing its law department to comment on the petition for disqualification of Smartmatic. Please note that the COMELEC's own law department submitted its compliance arguing that there is no legal basis on prohibiting Smartmatic from participating in the bidding. Pero this is water under the bridge. Na-disqualify na Smartmatic. Next slide. Continuing transfers. Date, September 13, 2023. Depositor, Juan Lee. Sinhan Bank, Yowie, Dairo, Seoul, Korea. Account number, ito, lumas na po sa nakaraang slide. 3310457011274. HSBC Bank, Hong Kong. Amount $157,488. Milestone, September 2023. According to news reports, COMELEC begins market survey on potential bidders for 2025 national and local elections. COMELEC has also claimed that as much as 10 companies have showed interest to bid for the contract to supply the automated election system and new BCMs. Pero hindi nangyari po yun, sapagkat sabi ko nga, isa na lang ang natira after disqualifying Smartmatic. 13 September 2023, Depositor Hee-Jin Kang, KEB Hana Bank, Itaewon, Seoul, Korea. Account number 11385007142005. OCBC, Singapore, is the recipient offshore account. Amount $188,540. Yun po yung dalawang milestone in the month of September. Next slide. October 18, 2023. Ito na naman po si Stephen Schultz / Kyong Baek, Standard Chartered Bank, Jong Romaine Brands, Korea. Account number, naulit na naman, 5530198142761, Standard Chartered Bank, Singapore. Amount $295,280. Ito po yung milestone. COMELEC made a pronouncement that the bidder cannot be disqualified on mere speculation, but they did, which is consistent with government procurement rules. But after the deposit on October 18, COMELEC should later flip on this stance when it eventually issues on November 29, 2020, a resolution disqualifying its previous service contractor based on mere allegations in the U.S. in connection with former COMELEC Chair Andy Bautista. I told you that. October 30, 2022, COMELEC still used the previously declared unserviceable machines from former provider in the Barangay and Sangguniang Kabataan BSK elections. Next slide. Date, December 7, 2023. Ito na naman po si Hyun Do-yoon, Woori Bank, Seoul, Korea. Account number, naulit na naman, 730-0083-602-150, Bank of Shanghai, China. Amount $185,932. Milestone, on November 29, 2023, COMELEC disqualified a prospective bidder from participating in any bidding process for the 2025 NLE despite previous pronouncements. December 14, 2023, Hee-Jin Kang, KEB Hana Bank, Itaewon, Seoul, Korea. Account number na ulit na naman 113-850-071-4205. OCBC, Singapore. Amount $245,800. 14 December 2023, ang katapat na milestone, Myri is the only company to submit a bid. 19 December 2023, Dong Yong Jiang, Woori Bank, Singapore. Ito, naulit na naman ang account number, 5530198142761, Standard Chartered Bank, Singapore. Amount, $275,100. The second bidding process, ito yung katapat na milestone, was originally set on January 4, 2023. Prospective bidders requested for an extension to comply with the requirements. However, the COMELEC moved the deadline to 8 January 2024. The bidding was both opened and closed on the same day. Last. The date, March 22, 2024. Depositor Deborah Reed, Hana Bank, Yujuro, Seoul, Korea. Recipient offshore account, naulit na naman 730-008-3602-150, Bank of Shanghai, China. Amount, $178,200. Milestones, January 8, 2024, COMELEC declared Miru was the sole qualified bidder. February 21, 2024, COMELEC and bank demonstration of prototype Miru machines. Yung prototype po are not the machines themselves. The prototype na sinabmit nila for demonstration is a customized one but not produced yet. They have yet to produce the machine. 22 February 2024, COMELEC announced the 18 billion award in favor of Meru Systems. 18 billion pesos. 23 February 2024, Meru received the notice of award. March 11, 2024, contract signing between COMELEC and Meru Systems. Ladies and gentlemen, these are intriguing information. They are alarming, to say the least. Sabi ko sa inyo, this is a work in progress. We have yet to verify all this. There are 49 offshore accounts. Ang binanggit ko lamang po are those specifically originating from South Korea for obvious purposes. Aren't we supposed to question the COMELEC? It's not the COMELEC constitutionally obligated to at least make a response? Sabi ko ka sa inyo kanina earlier, Alex Magno did already the sounding of alarm bells. But COMELEC kept its silence. I did also on my own. Pero wala rin nangyari. Aren't we supposed to ask them? Is not COMELEC supposed to answer us? This is the big question. And I think we owe it to ourselves and to the next generation. We need to protect the sanctity, the credibility and integrity of our electoral process and the outcome of every election that will transpire in this country. This is not only my obligation, this is not only my duty, it is your duty as well as citizens of this republic. We have a shared responsibility. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Congressman. Floor is now open for Q&A. There are two wireless mics being passed around. Please state your name, your news org, your question.
Hello. Congressman Marcoleta, Sir, Vic Suminta, Cabinet 25. Sir, based on your presentation, particularly those intriguing facts, at until now, yung COMELEC tahimik doon sa they are supposed to be accountable to the electorate, magpaliwanag sila. My question is, since we are running out of time, today is July 8, by October magpa-file na tayo ng Certificate of Candidacy. So what is the other remedy or legal remedy na pwede natin gawin para sa ganon ma-preserve natin yung integrity ng ating national and local elections in 2025?
First of all, I think the COMELEC should reply to us. This is a valid question. This matter has been brought to national consciousness. They should not keep silent. For the sake of transparency and for the sake of truth, they should come clean and answer this question. And there is also a duty for our Supreme Court to do something on this. I think there is a motion for reconsideration. I think the COMELEC should not be afraid. As you might have noticed, in the last elections, we had only 8 months left. But we have proven that we can still do it. There's still, I think, ilang buwan pa? 10 buwan mula ngayon. Like what we did in 2010. 10 buwan ang natitira pero nagawa pa natin. But I think there should be another bidding. Kapag sinabi ng Supreme Court that the act is committed with grave abuse of discretion, it is void and non-existent. There is no reason not to nullify it. Meron pang panahon. At even if, sabihin na natin, halimbawa, if push comes to shove, halimbawa, the COMELEC is not telling us that there are still 97,000 BCMs, both counting machines, in their warehouse in Laguna. And these are supported by warranties, labor, equipment, spare parts, and maintenance. We can still use them. Bakit kasi natin binili ito? 18 billion pesos. Ang sinasabi naman ng batas you can procure, you can lease, you can rent, and other mode of acquisition for whatever you will use in the election. Dapat siguro nagrenta na lang tayo, nag-lease na lang tayo, ng ganito lang pala. Hanggang ngayon hindi nila ma-prove kung talagang magagamit natin ito. Remember, we're now talking of a combination of two applications, not a separate application of DRE or OMR. They will use a hybrid machine. Ang sabi ng batas natin, the procured system must have demonstrated capability and successfully used in prior electoral process. Wala silang may papakitang ganun eh. So, you have violated the law. We cannot use the operative fact. Why? Ang sabi ng Supreme Court, kinakailangan good faith. Before the operative fact doctrine can be utilized and can be applied, dapat sana you can apply it as a sound legal framework if all the parties acted in good faith. Did COMELEC act in good faith? I will tell you. I will repeat this. Disqualifying Smartmatic without giving it its due process on a mere information supplied by the state, by the Department of Justice of America. Is that good faith? There's no good faith. They did not follow Republic Act 9184 because there is no more bidding. Is that good faith? That's not good faith. That's bad faith. They did not follow their own internal rules and regulations because there is no more bidding. Is that good faith? It's not good faith. It's bad faith. Did they follow Article 12 of Republic Act 9369 by being able to show the whole country and to the whole people that these machines were within the specifications of the law? That's not good faith. That's bad faith. So this is the problem.
Sir, just a quick follow-up lang. Since only Miro system yung sinasabi ng COMELEC na nag-qualify dahil dinisqualify yung Smartmatic, nag-proceed sila granting the contract to Miro. So, can we consider that as negotiated contract dahil wala nang bidding na nangyari?
Hindi nga mangyayaring nag-negotiate because hindi nga kayo nag-call ng bidding. Ang negotiated lang kung may nag-participate na other bidders and then nag-fail yung bidding, 1 and 2 nag-fail. So negotiated na yon. In the first place, wala nga ang bidding eh. So how can you call it a negotiated contract? Kailangan po sagutin ng COMELEC lahat ito. The people needs the answer. Now. Not tomorrow, but now. What is at stake is the integrity of our elections.
Sir, one last point from my end. So meaning to say, yung mga pinapakover ng COMELEC na machine na pinapakita nila, automated counting machine, produced by Miro, that is only a prototype.
These are prototype.
Hindi yan
Na-prove na
yung
po
talagang
yun.
machine
Yes.
na gagamitin natin.
Yes, ito pong mga colleagues sa Congress when they were invited to witness the demonstration, nagko-complain nga po sila eh. Sabi nila, why was it prototype? A prototype is a customized machine but not produced yet. Paano mo sasabihin na nagpirmahan na kayo? 18 billion pesos, you signed the contract, there's already a notice of award without even presenting that these machines are the ones that we need. Nag-work ba yung hybrid? Yung nga yung separate applications, hindi nga nag-work. In Congo as well as in Iraq. Paano pa yung combined application? There is no precedent yet. 18 billion pesos. The biggest contract ever for automated election system.
Sir, good morning po. Lianesca Panti of Hello. GMA News Online, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Apo. Clarify ko lang po, you said that you are still verifying the 49 offshore bank accounts. Of the 49, meron po kasi kayong mga binanggit dun sa yung
Yes, ma'am.
yung development, how it progressed over time. Of the 49, sir, how many of those are already verified? Meron na kayong na-verify na, for sure.
Yes, we are continuing the verification. Hindi lang namin masabi sa inyo ngayon kung ilan na. That's why we ask for your patience. Medyo, ano po ito, medyo critical po talaga. Kaya nga po kami nagtawag na ng ganitong press forum para tulungan nyo na rin kami. Alam mo nyo, kadadali po nito, kayo na rin po siguro ang gumawa ng paraan. Magtulungan na po tayo. For example, we're talking of 49 offshore bank accounts. Mapapadali po ito. For example, if you go to Comelec, sir, there was a serious array of information surrounding or relating to the procurement of Demiru machines. Para po siguro mapadali natin, would you, for example, all the members of the Commission on Elections probably issue a waiver so that this representation and his team can go on verifying this in a faster mode? Baka gusto nyo kaming tulungan.
Okay, sir. Sir, okay. Yung follow-up ko lang po. You made a conclusion kasi na yung 49 can be traced to a COMELEC official. Official or officials?
I am not making a conclusion. The indications lead to.
Indications.
Yes.
Based on the information what you've
Yes,
gathered
so
so
far.
far. Okay. Thank you, sir. Yan lang po. Thank you.
Thank you.